in discussions with stimulus. This is my first video. I've been following stimulus packages and stimulus updates for the year very closely. Obviously, this is something that affects the whole United States, and so this is a big topic right now. I am seeing a lot of biased or really fake YouTube videos that are being created to basically get people, excited and sensationalize things that are happening, promising that things are past when they're not. I'd like to be a contributor to our community and be able to provide updates that are real, in real time. I'd like to review actual articles. I'd like to review real information as it comes in, and so I'm hoping I can provide a good service to you. But today I wanted to jump in and talk about this next item here. So this week here with stimulus, this is one of the last weeks of the year that we're going to have negotiations and possibility of receiving a stimulus package within the year of 2020. So these conversations are very crucial to what is needed in that conversation as a whole, being able to get the stimulus packages out to the group. But let me jump right in here. We're seeing bipartisan groups of senators that are preparing a package. The dollar amount's been identified there as $908 billion. That's smaller than some we've seen, larger than others we've seen. I think for the most part, we're getting to the end of the year, people getting anxious. They're wanting to see progress. And so they're hoping for a, collaborative bill, bipartisan bill that reaches, the people, the American people. So going into this a little bit, it says, the package comes amid signs of the economy is weakening, but so far it does not have any buy-in from the White House or congressional leaders. So, we've got this bipartisan group. It'll go into this here in a little bit, but a bipartisan group of senators basically that are, it says right here, they're expected to unveil approximately this $908 billion stimulus proposal on Tuesday, today, aiming to break a month-long partisan impasse over providing emergency federal relief to the U.S. economy. So, according to four people, aware of the internal negotiations. So we've got hopefully some strong people that are inside giving the media good information. We're hoping this is good progress. But it goes on to say, failure to reach this agreement, it could have some serious consequences for the economy. Obviously we've got, jobless benefits that are ending, protections for renters, student borrowers, they're all set to expire at the end of the year. A lot of people are going to be in trouble. We could see a housing crisis, an eviction crisis coming, and we're hoping that doesn't happen. So, it continues to say, with negotiations between congressional leaders at an impasse, rank-and-file senators in both parties have for several weeks quietly discussed putting together a partisan proposal that could break this logjam. So, naming a number of our senators saying, these folks are getting involved, hoping that this is enough to start moving this needle a little bit. That plan is set to release by this bipartisan group. It seeks to reach a middle ground on numerous contentious economic issues. So one of the items we're seeing is a $600 a week in jobless benefits. They're saying that may go down to $300 in federal, so $300 federal, and then there might be some for state. So the agreement includes $240 billion in funding for state and local governments, which is a big issue for Democrats. They want that state and local government, benefits, because they're seeing. Obviously, the Republicans are also seeing a lot of issues in state and local governments, and Democrats are wanting more to be able to fend off future issues, which there will likely be. They're accounting for that. Democrats are saying, let's cover what damage has been done. Democrats are saying, let's look ahead because we know more damage is coming. Can we fund that in advance? That's where some of the rub is. So as well as 6 months moratorium on some coronavirus-related lawsuits against firms and other entities, a key Republican priority opposed by most Democrats. So obviously, they're not wanting to give a free pass to these businesses that are continuing operation and maybe, not, doing the appropriate sanitation, things like that, making sure that they're following CDC guidelines. Obviously they're wanting to, Republicans are wanting to have protections for businesses so people can get back to work. But Democrats are saying, well, what about the people that are working? What about the people that are there, that are, on the front lines? We need to protect them also. Or what about the customers that go into these places? They are also at risk if you have a lot of people getting together, right? So the effort still faces enormous hurdles, and most congressional aides are skeptical that the push will successfully turn into new legislation, which that's not a good sign. Hopefully, we can have more speed, more support build on this. But obviously, we're needing that this month here. But obviously, a lot of good conversation. It's one thing that I like to see is I was expecting stimulus talks to cease after the election, but it appears that we're not having as lame of a lame duck session as what was anticipated, which is good news. We're seeing some conversation happening, which I'm hoping is going to turn into an actual bill, something that gets passed, something that supports the people. Just scrolling down here a little bit. So just continuing on the bipartisan agreement, includes about $300 billion in funding for small businesses through Paycheck Protection Program, $40 billion to assist hard-hit transit agencies, rental assistance funding for those facing eviction, as well as $50 billion in healthcare, including help with vaccine distribution, testing, tracing coronavirus. The effort was expected to leave out a second round of $1,200 stimulus checks. Whew, that would be a miss for them. This is a good opportunity for them to include that $1,200 stimulus or a stimulus check of some size to help people. That's been proven to be something that's been very helpful in the last stimulus package that was passed. It says as a way to bring down its overall price tag, they're wanting to remove that. So that would be unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm happy. I'm excited to see. I'm remaining positive about the news that there are discussions, negotiations. I'm hoping will continue and will develop and build in the inclusion of these stimulus checks. So hopefully this changes a little bit, but I'm hoping we continue the momentum. We have a good bill that's released this week, but everybody stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. Please support this channel. I hope to provide good quality updates to you all in the near future. So I will talk to you again. I look forward to you subscribing, liking, and please support me. Thank you so much.